it's a pity that as you grow older, your mental health starts going down. Um, don't know why. Maybe because as you become wiser, maybe you have more expectation of life. You think you've understood everything, your theories of life, and I think because of that, you expect more out of life. Uh, yes, it affects a lot the mental health. For me, it was, I think, a few months. I think somewhere between from March, February, March, early February, March to almost early August, I think, or maybe, yeah, early August, yeah. That's when I traveled to India actually. Um, it was a bumpy ride for me. I was going through a lot of things. So first, it was physically. It started off some mentally, affecting me a lot. Uh, I didn't know it was connected to my physical health. I didn't notice at all until it was getting worse. It was during the mid June. I was completely out from April, May, June, and July. I think then I realized that I need to do something about it, and I just booked a ticket overseas for a holiday. Not holiday. It was more like for checking things because it takes a while here to go for the go to get a specialist appointment and all of those things. And then I stayed there for probably a week or something on my own. That's when I started to realize things, that as I said, I just kept my wise thinking away. I just started to think, let me be young again. So what I was going through was that, as since my early 30s itself, I was always going through my hormonal issues, infertility issues, and I think that clubbed up with my diabetic issue recently, because when my mental health started going down, I just stopped doing any physical exercise. I stopped my exercise, just stopped going to the gym, and I used to do a bit of a walking, but didn't help much, because someone who did like cardio, heavy cardio and weights, and then you go down and just start doing walking, and it was doing nothing to me. But all I could do was just go with the flow, and I was just going with the flow. Um, it's like one at a time kind of a day was happening, but most of the days I used to just lie down, and I was like take back and say that, okay, I'll just do what's important today at work, and then that's it. I would keep it for some other time. Maybe I'll finish it. My tasks were piling up, but I was making sure that one at a time. So I think these things all contributed to a high level of stress for me, which again, stress led to my physical well-being, and that's when inconsistency with the physical exercise and everything, and I was diagnosed with diabetics. So diabetes again, I was shocked because I didn't take much sugar in my diet. I'm not a very carbo person. We are very, very careful. We've been, we means that me and my husband, him is very particular with health, supplements and everything. But this wasn't working for me. Nothing was working for me, literally. My hormonal levels, my emotions were all over the place, and then there was few certain incidents at that point in time. It was nothing to do with my family or anything, but it did certain certain news about certain people kind of put me all together, and I was crumbling. There was a point I really wanted to kill myself, to be honest, because I think I didn't know why, but I was just like I couldn't concentrate on driving. I even stopped driving at some point, and I was just, being a passenger on the side of my husband's car, just sitting there and saying, okay. And even when he was driving, I was like kind of very scared, and I was telling him that, you should drive carefully and all of those kind of things. He was very irritated with me, but still, he coped with me. That is the best thing about him. Although sometimes we get onto each other's nerve, but still we make sure that at least we solve our issues. We sit down and talk a lot. So I think when I've sat down and I had a conversation with him, that's when he also like kind of told me, if you feel you need to take some time out, or just find what you want to do. So that's when I thought, okay, let me go back overseas. Let me just spend time alone, or maybe just want some space. Maybe that space would help me. And meanwhile, while I was there, I consulted one of the gynecologists there, and then she suggested to go on hormone therapy because of my long-term infertility issue. They say that if you don't you need to have the child during your childbearing years. I don't know, that's what my mom used to say. If you are you need to have that childbearing thing happening, right? It's supposed to be on the correct time or something, but that didn't happen to me because unfortunately there were so many issues. I think even those things maybe contributed. That was always there, the back of my mind, about that motherhood thing. But that was long back. I just kind of healed over it. But still, sometimes it surfaces, and it's not very easy to overcome that kind of thing as a woman. Everybody, as a woman, it's a dream for a mother to give birth and all of those things. But I've come over all of those things. I'm not talking about that anyway. That would be maybe some other time. Today I just don't want to talk about it. So I'm just coming down to saying that from the time when I kind of started to look into my physical health and my body, and I am like, okay, now I need to take care of myself, because I am an empty glass, and I need to fill my glass first. And that's when I started looking after myself, and I started giving priority. And I said no to things when I had to say no to things, because I'm a person who doesn't say no to people, who just comes to me and I'm like, okay. Then I started saying the same thing to my clients as well, because my clients were taking it very as a privilege, that when they come to me and they say, okay, we need, Hasina, I just need this to be done, and I don't even negotiate with charges with them. And I'm like, okay, this is something to do with somebody's life, so let me just do this. And I would sit in the office until 7, 8. There were times that we used to go at least sit until 8:39, and then come back home. Then you have a family the house full of people, and then you look after them, and then there's no time for myself. And I think all of these things contributed. It all contributed. That's when I stopped. And I think from August, when I came back, I made a decision that I am going to give priority to myself. And that's when I started doing all silly things. And I think it reflects all over my videos, the stupid things I do. I don't know if it is stupid, but it does makes me happy, I started with dancing classes. Gym, I tried to go to the gym, but I know what I'm doing. If I don't go to the gym also, I make sure that I just go for a running or walking, then a little bit of a dancing class, something funny. I do. People think, why are you not acting your age? You are a professional. Why don't you be a professional? Sorry, I don't want to be a professional. I want to be me when I'm home. I just want to do things what I like doing. And I think that makes me better, and my stress level, because I'm trying something. I am trying to keep myself happy, not just physically by eating something healthy or eating all my medicines. No, I am just trying to make myself happy. And I think mind is the first place which I think where everything starts, because if your mind is not up to the mark, and if you feel that eating healthy and eating all your supplements will make you healthy. No, it's not. So you start with your mind, and that's what I was driving at today, is that health, mental health is really important. And sometimes for your mental health, you need to stop acting your age and act something younger. And I think that would help. I think this is what I wanted to share today. And I don't know how many of you are going through the same thing. Maybe rewire yourself, think a little bit about how you can make yourself younger, think younger. And I'm at my office, and I think that's all for today. And maybe next time I'll talk about my infertility issues and what happened with me, and how that journey had caused distress in my life, and what are the things that help me to get over it. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for listening.